everyone, welcome back to Cook and Bake with V. Shetty. In this video, I will be sharing a tasty and healthy soup. So this is a thick soup of Italian origin, basically made with different vegetables, beans, onions, tomatoes and the vegetable stock, and traditionally they also use pasta or rice. So I won't be using any pasta or rice, just the vegetables, mixed vegetables, beans, onions and tomatoes. So this soup is called as minestrone soup. Let's get started. So begin by soaking the beans. So here I am using black eyed beans, so you can use any beans of your choice. So I am using a black eyed beans. So I have taken around 1/3 cup of this beans, washed thoroughly, and I am soaking it for at least 4 to 5 hours, or even you can soak overnight. Here I am using around 3 medium to big sized tomatoes. So according to the size, you can either use 3 or 4 tomatoes. So I will be cooking the tomatoes. So I have cleaned the tomatoes and I am making a slit with the help of a knife on the top of the tomato, so that I can peel the skin out. So in a saucepan, I have added some water, I have put the tomatoes and some 3 to 5 garlic pods, depending upon the size of the garlic pods. So boil tomatoes and garlic pods for around 3 to 5 minutes on medium to high flame, okay, or medium to high heat. So once you can see the skin coming out, so you can switch off the flame or turn off the heat and keep it aside and let it cool down. So once it cools down, peel the skin from the cooked tomatoes and transfer it into a mixer jar and grind it into a smooth paste. So this will be used later, so keep that aside. Next, here I am showing the vegetables which I have used for this soup. I am using some French beans, carrots, green peas which are finely cut, that is cut into small pieces. So this comes around 1 to 1.5 cups. Then here I have taken few sweet potato. So this is optional, again a small sized one sweet potato which is cut into small pieces. Then this is zucchini, again this is optional. Then some baby corns. So you can mix any vegetables of your choice. And here I have cooked the soaked beans. So after soaking it for around 4 to 5 hours, I have pressure cooked the beans for around 2 to 3 whistles on high heat, and then I have decreased the heat to low and I have cooked for another 2 whistles. Then once the pressure comes down, I have removed, and you can use that cooked water for making the soup. Next, I will be parboiling the vegetables. So for this, I have boiled around 3 to 4 cups of water, added few teaspoons of salt to it. Then I will be adding the vegetables. So mainly you will be parboiling the sweet potatoes, French beans, carrots and the green peas. So you need to parboil. Parboil means you are half cooking these vegetables, not completely, because the crunchiness should not go. So you are not cooking it thoroughly. So just a parboil. So you will be boiling the vegetables just for around 3 to 5 minutes on high heat. Okay. So after 3 to 5 minutes, remove the vegetables from the water. Immediately you need to remove it, so that you are not cooking it too much. So the color and the crunchiness should remain. Here, to the boiled water, which is in which the vegetables was parboiled. So, to the same water I will be adding a cube of vegetable stock, okay, a vegetable stock cube. So, this is totally optional. So, if you do not want to use any store bought vegetable stock, you can completely omit this. So, you can just use the water and also you can mix the water which you had in which you had cooked the beans. So, you can mix that and use it for the soup. Here I have taken a kadai, you can also use a soup pan if you have. So, heat the kadai, add in around 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil. I am using coconut oil. If you do not like the taste or smell of the coconut oil, you can also use olive oil or any oil of your choice. I am adding around 1 medium sized onion, okay, which is finely chopped. So, add in the finely chopped onion, saute it until it becomes translucent. Next, I am sauteing the zucchini and baby corn. So, these vegetables you are not parboiling. If you are using like zucchini, baby corn or the bell peppers, the capsicum, mushrooms. So, no need to parboil it, you can just saute it. So, I am adding a few teaspoons of salt. So, you have to be very careful while using the salt because you are adding the salt in different thing, like if you have added salt for parboiling the vegetables, even the vegetable stock cube which if you are using it, even that will be having. So, be cautious while using the salt, it should not be too much. I have added around a pinch of turmeric. So, once these vegetables get sauteed, add in the other vegetables and the beans, that is a parboiled vegetables and the beans, mix it well. Then add in the tomato puree. I have cleaned the remains which are there in the jar with a few tablespoons of water. Next, add in the vegetable stock. Then let the stock or the soup boil for a while. So, now I am adding a few teaspoons of pepper powder. So, this is according to your taste, the spiciness. So, you need to boil it thoroughly until it becomes little thick, because this minestrone soup is not very thin one, it is a kind of thick soup. So, bring it to a rolling boil and then sprinkle some coriander leaves on the top. So, once it comes to a boil and to a right consistency, you can turn off the heat. You can use any vegetables of your choice. So, even you can add some celery stalk, some bell peppers or capsicum. So, you can experiment with different vegetables. It is better to use some different colored vegetables which is really looks good, tastes better and also healthy. Do try this healthy and delicious soup, especially during winter season. Your family definitely going to enjoy it. If you like my recipes, please share it with your family and friends. Thank you for watching.